Hey there, everyone. I just wanted to do a little recording for those of you who come to vpsi.org for um, education on affiliate Forex marketing. And I realize that there is a certain group of people who frequent the website who are also interested in trading for themselves, but they may be inexperienced, they don't know a lot. And what we recommend is that you should start out with a paper account. Now, what is a paper account? It is an account that you are trading that doesn't use real money. And there are reasons for that. I think everybody should start out paper trading at first because the Forex market moves extremely fast. And as you can see here, we are looking at the euro to US dollar, and you see the euro has just basically, it's reached a low that it has not seen for several years. Let me zoom way back out here. Um, this is the lowest point since, what's our date here? I think it is, yeah, 723. See, here's the date. Um, Here, the low is around July 23rd, 2012. So we are at an all-time low here in basically over 2 years. So there's a lot of volatility in the market. You don't want to have, if you don't know what you're doing and you're sloppy and you're inexperienced, you can lose money everywhere, up here on this spike, down here. If you're on the wrong side of the trade, you're just going to get taken out. And especially if you are very new to Forex trading, you don't want to have money in overnight, generally speaking, unless it's money that you can use and you're not leveraged very highly. Because what can happen is, let's say you were buying the euro because you were pretty sure after this move, maybe you bought it here at the end of the day, New York time, because you were pretty sure that tomorrow you're going to get another nice bump up and you wanted to ride that momentum. And let's say you get up, what is this? It's 3:40 in the morning, and you get up, and by the time you get up at 8 o'clock, it's all the way down here. And let's say if you like to sleep just a little bit later, you slept till 10 o'clock, you're down here at the low. I mean, you've just lost your whole account. So you really, really need to be cautious when trading. Now, what I'm doing here, I've got this is a paper account, and I'm using this for the point of illustration. And the reason why I like this software is that not only can I set things on the screen to, so let's say, I want to cancel that order. Let's say that I'm pretty confident that we are reaching bottom here and that we're going to get another little bounce up, and I want to ride that bounce. So what I could do, I just put my cursor here, right click, I hit buy. I want to edit that because I want to buy more shares. Let's say I'm going to buy 200,000 and confirm, right? So I send that, and boom, right there on my screen. And here's the nice thing about learning to trade with the software, because little idiosyncrasies, whatever platform you use, whether it's MetaTrader or whatever, uh, you will find that there are times where you may need to pivot pretty quickly in response to price action. And if your software doesn't allow you to do that very easily, you can lose money in the trade. And there are some software programs that even have a penalty. They won't let you get out of a trade or into a trade, or change your stops if it is too close to a certain value. And so you really want to play around with that first. However, you also don't want to stay with paper trading forever. Some people recommend 6 months. Some people, they do it for a year. I think that's too long, personally. I think that you should be able to get a grasp of it if you've got some free time, and you really want to dedicate time to it, that you maybe try it out for a month or two. Once you figure out how it works, how trading works, how volatility works, learn basics of reading a chart, support and resistance would be the most basic. And then, learning to read some metrics, things like this is just a simple moving average, and allowing that to guide you. But what I wanted to illustrate today, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, is just a couple pointers when you decide to trade. Now you can see here we had a sell-off, and then people came back in, supported it. That's what this candlestick basically refers to, that there were more people buying than selling, so it pushed up the underlying value once again. And once it stabilized, then you get another wave of selling, and now you've got people buying again. But currently, there's some selling pressure. But I'm just going to say that I'll be optimistic. I'm going to now change, and I can do that by just moving this, at least with the software that I'm using, by moving this little gadget, or I don't know what to call it, but this little thing up and down, and that's the current price. So let's say I want to get in right here. I'm just waiting for it to drop, and I want an entry point right around here because I think it's going to stabilize. And I release it. It asks me to confirm. I say yes. And the nice thing about some of the software out there is that some of them will give you an alert. So you can even draw a line on the graph to, let's see if I can do that here. I'm just going to draw I don't want a trend line. I just want to, let's do price level. And okay, so I'm going to set it there. And I think with some of these, I can actually make that a trigger for an alert. I don't use this as often as I do with other software, so forgive me. But anyway, so when it reaches this level, there we go. Endpoint. No. Okay. I guess maybe there's no alarm on this particular feature. But anyway, you can see where that would be valuable. And I'm sure that it's on here somewhere. I apologize. Oh yeah, here. Here's an alert. And I'll set it at when the last price reaches that level, it's going to, and it just went off because it reached that level. I don't know if you could hear that, but my system audio alerted me. So let's say I'm on another screen, I'm typing an email, reading an article, doing a blog post. I don't have to always be watching my screen, which is fantastic, because I don't always like watching the screen. It's not always necessary. So I kind of know what the danger points are. I'll set up some alerts. And let's say that I did get into the position there and I wanted to sell it right around here, but I didn't want to set up a sell order. I just wanted an alert. Maybe that's the better way to do it. So let's say, when the bid gets there, right? So when the bid gets there, it's going to send me an alert. And if I hear that and I'm on another screen or in another room, I'm going to, click back to the screen and probably think about selling. Let's say if my sell price is somewhere up here, it's nice to have that there because it gives me a minute or so, probably depending on the movement and the volatility and the volume, to get in. So, and I can also adjust that, to alert me when it's here. If I'm just trying to scalp, it came up on my other monitors. So it asked me if I want to replace. Yes, replace it. And I can do the same if it really reaches a lower point too. So anyway, these are just some fundamentals. And now again, when it reaches this price that I've set, 127,814, it will buy, and I'll hear an execution bell at the same time. So I can be on another screen doing other things. You don't have to stare at the screen all day. And that is, I think, a mistake of a lot of people who get into Forex and then they just end up staring at a screen all day. And it's great when you have a lot of volatility like today and a lot of price movement, but it's not always that way. I wish I could give you an illustration a little bit more robust, but there are times where this maybe isn't a great example but this represents a few hours here where the price is just basically, right in here, just going sideways. And you'll go crazy if you're just staring at a screen, sideways, going sideways for hour in, hour out, day in and day out. Let's zip through this. Oh, okay. Now, so I just bought it. It took out that buy order, which is great. And I'm, going to sit on it. And let's say I'm just trying to, scalp, make a little bit of money. And it will ask me again, do I want to replace? And I say yes. Now, history will unfold and tell me whether I've made a wise decision or not. But anyway, I hope that's helpful. There are a number of really good brokers out there, and most of them have excellent training tools. I think if you're getting into either trading yourself or if you just want to help affiliates get people into Forex affiliate programs, then it's helpful to do videos like this. You can do educational videos for individuals where you can just record your screen and you can show them the ins and outs of different software platforms and so on. I hope that's helpful. Let's see if I think I can monitor my positions here. So great. I've made $54. That's not bad. That's a nice bottle of wine and a little bit of dinner, perhaps, or maybe just a bottle of wine or just a dinner. But Forex has almost unlimited potential for helping people to create wealth very quickly, and that's why it's attractive. But I think as a responsible individual, I also want to recommend to people to be careful. Do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose, because everybody in the Forex markets, even the big traders in London and New York and Sydney and Tokyo, Singapore, even those guys lose, here and there. And no doubt some of their losses are enormous. So nobody is a prophet. Nobody can really predict the market. We can use cues that suggest that we are on the right side of the trade or we have a good trade. But again, as you've seen with just this price action that happened between 8:35 in the morning and 10:25. So basically in 2 hours, I mean, just an enormous fall in that period of time. And unless you have nerves of steel or pockets as deep as Rockefeller, you're probably not going to be able to withstand a drop like that. And let me just mention real quick, that's another reason why you want to learn to use stops. Again, normally if I was trading, I can just show you what I would do, but normally if I was trading, I would set a stop. Like, okay, I don't want to lose more than, let's say, I'll put my sell signal here, and what did I do? I might have to do this in another dashboard. But I would put a stop. Maybe I can do it with this alert. Sometimes that works too. Not this one. Yeah, this one. So let's say I'm not sure, obviously, if it's going to go up. Yes, I want to replace that. And, whoops, alert. Let's say when the last is at this point. I don't know if I can set an action or not. Well, let's just say when it hits this mark, at or, oh, that's why, at or below. Now create that. And then I could hit, when this happens, I want to sell, whatever. Let's see. Oh, it must be equal to or greater. Okay, well, anyway, you get the idea. This is a great illustration, and I don't work with this platform very often, but it's the best for illustration purposes. You can see that knowing the ins and outs of the software and its idiosyncrasies and where to find things, there are probably hotkeys where you can hit Control ST or something like that, and it will set up a stop at this level, whatever. But this is why it's important to do paper trading, and so I hope that's a good illustration. Anyway, that's all for today. As you can see, the profit and loss is now hovering around 27. So, just with one tick, we're talking roughly like $5 or $10. Now, when you start getting into really, really big orders, or if you start doing a lot of leverage, instead of being like $3 and $5, it's like $300 and $500 per click. And you can see how quickly this goes up and goes down. Most people are not fast enough to be able to snipe it, physically. And so using stops like this that are already set up to the fraction, to 10,000th decimal point to either buy or sell, that's really, really helpful. So again, this is vpsi.org, and we are here to support people in the Forex affiliate market. We do not ourselves stand behind any particular platform. Currently, the one that we like to use, we'll hold off on talking about why we use it for our own account for a later video. But I hope this was helpful. I hope this was illustrative and just shows you how Forex trading works live. But again, use paper money to start, and then once you get comfortable, then you can start trading with your own cash. So anyway, that is us. We are signing off, and we'll be making more videos in the future to show you how to make the most of your Forex affiliate business. Thanks so much for watching.